I hate traffic, and I hate traffic jams. I hate them because they slow me down. Slow is not my speed. But what I hate even more is the hypocrisy of the Obama administration, especially when it comes to justice. Hello and welcome to Justice. I'm Judge Jeanine Pirro. Thanks for being with us tonight. Slow, however, would be the Obama administration speed. It was 1 year and 4 months ago that 4 Americans, including our ambassador, were massacred in Benghazi. Weeks later, the FBI shows up to investigate a trampled crime scene. Now, I don't know about you, but I still haven't seen anyone prosecuted or even in custody. But President Obama is going to get to the bottom of it.
We will not waver in our commitment to see that justice is done for this terrible act, and make no mistake, justice will be done.
8 months ago, we find out the Internal Revenue Service is targeting the president's political opponents in the midst of a close presidential election. Accountability was supposed to be swift and certain.
If, in fact, IRS personnel engaged in the kind of practices that have been reported on and were intentionally targeting conservative groups, then that's outrageous, and there's no place for it. They have to be held fully accountable.
Right. I know criminal justice, and I would expect the FBI to be the agency investigating the IRS. But then I would be wrong. Take a listen to what Robert Mueller, the then head of the FBI, had to say.
Can you tell me how many agents, investigators you've assigned to the case?
May be able to do that, but I'd have to get back to you.
Can you tell me who the lead investigator is?
Off the top of my head, no.
This is the most important issue in front of the country the last 6 weeks. You don't know who's heading up the case? Who the lead investigator is?
At this juncture, no, I do not know.
So we have 4 Americans murdered, countless other Americans targeted by the IRS for their political beliefs. No special prosecutor, no investigation, no one even questioned. Enter Chris Christie and the George Washington Bridge.
I didn't know about it, but it's my responsibility because I'm the governor. I found this out at 8:50 yesterday morning. By 9 o'clock this morning, Bridget Kelly was fired. By 7 o'clock yesterday evening, Bill Stepien was asked to leave my organization. That's pretty swift action.
Kind of refreshing, isn't it? A chief executive having at least the balls to get out there, face the music, hold people accountable, fire them, apologize, and take responsibility. Now, I don't take a position with respect to this so-called scandal, which, by the way, has garnered more coverage by the left than Benghazi and the IRS combined. Time will tell. But what I do know is that Chris Christie has presented more cases to federal grand juries than your average politician. My point? There is no way he's going to put himself on the line without being absolutely certain of his non-involvement. But here's the shocker. Within 24 hours of Chris Christie's statement, the Obama administration, known for its love of slow speed, sicks the United States Attorney in New Jersey on Chris Christie by starting a federal criminal probe. Really? Benghazi, 4 dead. Nothing. The IRS violating the constitutional rights of Americans. IRS employees taking the fifth. Nothing. And don't tell me that a traffic jam, as annoying as it might be, comes anywhere near the massacre in Benghazi or the IRS scandal. Mr. President, you're kidding, right? There's a saying that justice is blind, but it must be swift and certain. You who promised to give us the most transparent administration in history and a level playing field. And yet your appointee investigates a traffic jam as a federal criminal probe in less than 24 hours? But it gets worse, folks. Paul Fishman, the United States Attorney in New Jersey, trumpets his investigation. Now, folks, I was the chief law enforcement officer in my county for years, and I've worked with the feds, shared resources with the feds, and have even been investigated by the feds. I know their MO. They do not confirm nor deny investigations. Their mantra is that they are so objective and so nonpartisan that they would never implicate someone before an indictment. I guess the rules are different, though, in the Obama administration, as Mr. Fishman trumpets his investigation of a potential presidential candidate from the opposing party over a bridge lane closure. Really? And by the way, Mr. Fishman